Hello fellow paranormalers, Oxford Paranormal UK here. Today's subject can be a little bit presumptuous, a bit can come across as being, a bit big-headed. I can't remember the word off the top of my head, but being involved in what I'm involved in and things that, people have gifts in doing, it can be very frustrating when, and I'm not going to be the only person to do this by any means, but it can actually be very frustrating when you're dealing with other people, especially on a professional level. Okay, let's keep it a professional thing, that are lying, or that that a person is doing something detrimental to what you're trying to do, say for a business or for another client. And it's like they're kind of operating in this mode of, they're going to try and make you look a fool, they're going to try and make you look like you're incompetent, that you're not capable of doing, what you're trying to do to help a client or a service that you're providing. And I've got this situation at the moment, and I'm sure, other people will empathise with this. I've got a situation at the moment where I have a client that's been a client of mine for potentially, I don't know, probably getting on for about 10, 15 years. I would say nearer 15 years. And they've just taken on a member of staff who knows a little bit about, my profession, or one of my professions, and is creating merry hell. Now, my first impression of this particular person was one of mischief. Before she is a female, before she even opened her mouth, I could just tell that she was a person that had problems, and that she, was out to get mischief. And it was very suspicious circumstances as to why she left her previous role, or was sacked or something. I don't think anyone really knows. But I just kind of and I wasn't in there. I'm not part of the business. I'm just providing a service. I just happened to be there on the day that she came in for her interview, and was introduced to me as, this is the person who does this, and I just got this kind of real horrible feeling in my gut that she was going to be trouble. And absolutely true to form, she is creating merry hell. Not just for me, for other staff that have to work in that business full time. My role there is as a contractor. I provide a service for the client, and have done for, the best part of 15 years. And it's interesting. It's very, and I let certain people know, including the owner of the business, I let them know that this particular person was going to be a problem. Yeah, and I didn't say anything else other than that, really, because I wasn't involved in the hiring process. The actual owner of the company was, and key directors, etc. And I kind of just said, this person's going to be a problem for you. I know it's going to be a problem. And then later on, things were happening, and I said, to another director, I said, do you remember me telling you that this person was going to be a problem? And again, nothing was kind of said. I kind of got the impression that they just thought I didn't particularly like this person. And then other things have started to go wrong, and other issues have been cropping up. And in my view, I just know that they are being caused by this one person. And there's not a lot I can do about it, but it's interesting how, the term "I told you so" arises quite a lot in my life. it can be really irritating to people. I think others, especially if you're an empath, or you're sensitive to, you know, other things that are going around, or you're very intuitive from a psychic level about, you know, what people say. Obviously, being a psychologist, it helps to, you know, to sort of interpret what people say with their words and their body and their actions and such like. So, but yeah, it can be frustrating. It can be frustrating. You know, in previous relationships and things that I've been involved with in the past, I've had people say to me, "Oh, it's so frustrating. You're always right. What's it like to be always right?" Well, you know, that's just a person's interpretation. What they perceive always seems to happen. I'm not one of these people that gloats and sort of points the finger and says, "Oh, you know, no, I told you that was going to happen." You know, yeah, I mean, people go through life experiencing things, and you only learn by experience. And, you know, you can't keep going around making people's life right all the time just because I think that I need to tell people what isn't right. Can't do that. You just can't do it. But I would welcome, you know, because being involved in the paranormal, again, all of these things are kind of linked together. It is all linked, whether people really like it or not. You know, if being involved in the paranormal isn't just one thing; it's a million and one things. And you know, whether somebody just thinks that they go to a paranormal session or an investigation or something, and they think that they're just doing one thing, you're not. You're not just doing one thing. You're being involved in a whole range of things, whether you really like it or not. Whether you choose to understand how those things work, or whether you're aware that they're actually happening or not, is down to each individual. You know, as in most things in life. And unfortunately, I tend to find that most people are not aware of the most fundamental and basic things around them, let alone anything to do with the paranormal. But it's all very interesting. If you feel the same, or you've had similar experiences yourself, I'd really like to hear, you know, from you, because, you know, it is interesting. It is interesting, but it can also be frustrating. So, yeah, interesting subject. I wait to hear your thoughts, and I shall see you again in another video.